Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, whether tuning in on the radio dial here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM. We welcome you all back to our program. Those tuning in through our online affiliates, we welcome you, as well as through our iHeart family. We're glad that you all could join us as well. You know, I was just saying to our next guest, it's hard to believe, but it was actually 6 years ago when I first interviewed him on this program. At the time, we were promoting his single, You're the Kind of Woman. But recording artist Columbus Toy has definitely released some great music since then. Songs like Toy With Ya, Let's Go, Peeping Out My Window. This year, he's kicking off with Kiss and Tell. We're going to talk to him not only about the new single, but also let you all hear it, as well as find out how you can stay connected with Columbus as he's been able to travel throughout the country. Columbus, hello to you, and welcome back to the program, man.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Hey, glad to do it. A lot has been going on with you. I should mention not just with yourself as a solo artist, but also as part of the Black Velvet duo. We'll talk a little bit about that. But Columbus, what has this journey been like for you to not only to do what you love when it comes to music, but then to be able to share that with the rest of the world?
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. It's been a real journey. Me being a music major, coming out of college. The experience of actually being able to put my music out and market it so that it can be viewed by the public and appreciated and then consumed ultimately, hopefully, as an ultimate goal. It's been very, very it's been challenging. It's been challenging, so it's been great. It's been very rewarding on the inside, and it's just been great, man, to be able to do that.
Yeah. Well, Columbus, I think, there are a lot of creatives around the world that are involved in particular fields that would agree with you about the challenges that comes with, I think, with anyone in the creative community. But you've definitely been consistent, and that's one thing I've noticed about you, that you have been able to stay consistent, and your fan base continues to grow. Has that been part of the motivation for you to keep going, seeing the way that people are responding to the music?
Yeah, that's the biggest motivation, because a lot of times, of course, when you start out, doing music, a lot of your people that are guiding you always say, man, don't do it for the money. It's not about the money. It's about the creativity, the art, and so going into it, you don't really appreciate it until you start to do it. So as things get tough, the things that keep you going are the fans and the appreciation of those who consume, and want to keep telling you, man, just don't stop. I'm really encouraged by you. I appreciate you. Just don't stop. So that really keeps you going. That keeps you going, keeps you motivated.
I want to go back to something that you mentioned, Columbus, and that being a music major. What was it about music that spoke to you that made you say that this is something that I wanted to do?
Well, just as a child, I never taught. My mom told me it took me till I was like maybe 3.5 or 4 years old until I really started to form sentences and talk. But it wasn't that I couldn't. It's just that I wouldn't. So a lot of people, I've spoken to psychologists. My college psychology teacher, one of them, and I went to Natchez Junior College in Natchez, Mississippi, and she was just telling me that maybe it wasn't time for me to do it. But over the years, I realized that I really just didn't like to talk. I would rather listen. But when I would say something, I would, I really never mind, singing in front of people and express myself through song. So I think that it's just my natural way of expression, honestly, just from birth. I'm still not a big talker. I still have to really force myself to get in front of the video camera or to get online and really do a lot of communication and talking. But I would rather sing. It's really natural for me to write down my thoughts and pull in the melody and then express them that way. So it's just a natural thing for me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that you mentioned that because I think for a lot of people, there is a certain comfort level in the gift in that, and I've seen videos with you. I have not seen you perform live before, Columbus, but I've seen you in video and performing in front of a crowd, and it seems like that is really where you do come alive. When you're able to see people in the audience singing your songs, moving to the music, how does that make you feel?
it's an energy that I cannot describe. It's an energy that connects you to the rest of the world, and at least it does for me. And it encourages me to to want to connect with people more and more and more. I think that it's just a form of communication that would really work for me to get out, encouraging things, uplifting things. It's my way of being able to contribute. Honestly, everybody wants to find a way to contribute to society, and I can be uplifting in that matter. And that's just my way that I do, and I love it.
Well, your audience definitely loves it, too. We're going to be letting our audience hear the new single, Kiss and Tell, here in a moment. I want to say, for those who are just tuning in now, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome back to our program today recording artist Columbus Toy. As I mentioned earlier, it was 6 years ago when he first appeared on this program, at that time promoting his single, You're the Kind of Woman. I want to talk about that song and that album for a moment, Columbus, as we kind of look back through the music you've done since then. I mean, that song really was all about appreciating that special lady in your life. You've been able to also have the other playful songs like Toy With Ya, Peeping Out My Window. I mean, talk to us about the messages and what it's been like for you to see the way that your audience, in particular your female audience, has really responded to the music.
It's been great, man. And just like You're the Kind of Woman I Need, I was, wrote that song at the beginning of my second marriage. The Love Soul album came out in 2009. So while I was doing the project, I got a track, a Southern Soul track, really being introduced to Southern Soul maybe back in 2007, and doing background with Mr. Willie Clayton. And I was really just starting to appreciate Southern Soul and, blues, with Southern Soul, which is a spinoff of blues. So the messages in Southern Soul are very real. They're very raw. They're not so smoothed over, very fine tuned. So that was a message that I just, it came from the heart and it came from experience, knowing that, when you do have somebody special in your life, you hold on to them. And then over time, with that album, it was kind of serious. And over time, I've honestly just been growing. It's, like you said, it's been 6 years. But by that time, I had been doing music for like 23, 24 years. So as an artist, you always evolve, or you try to, so you can, have a better way to connect. So over time, things have, changed. You go do performances, so you go out to clubs and you meet people, and you want to make sure that people are having a good time. So you want to relate in that manner too, and not be so serious all the time. And then with Peeping Out My Window, that was the very, very first song where I was kind of putting out like raw emotions about something that actually happened, because my stories are written from my own experiences. Sometimes, most of the time, they're not right then. An emotion sparks up the memory, and I might have the right track, and then boom, but usually it comes from something that actually happened. So it was the first time I think I got, I was that raw, as far as my emotion, and put it out to the public. So that's where Peeping Out the Window comes from. And now I'm just having fun with Kiss and Tell, and, just trying to be light and enjoy life, and just really focusing on the women, and just connecting with them, and letting them know that, hey, I'm a light guy too. I can have a little fun. Let's have some fun. Let's have a good time. Life is good. So that's where I've been with that.
Well, Columbus, it's interesting. I had Kenny Lattimore back on this program recently, and one of the things that he talks a lot about is that interchange of being able to say things that the lady likes to hear, but also giving the guys words that they can be able to use when they feel like they don't know what they're going to be saying. So let's talk about that. Yeah, exactly. So what has that been like for you to have, something that the guys can be able to say to that special lady? Even going back to You're the Kind of Woman. I mean, what it was like for you to kind of have the guys say, hey, man, that's exactly what I've been trying to say.
Hey, and it's amazing because they get it. And a lot of times in my shows, I tell them, like when You're the Kind of Woman I Need, I tell them in the special break in the song, hey, you need to come get this CD. You need to download it and play it and ease up to your woman and whisper in her ear, You're the Kind of Woman I Need. But Columbus Toy told me to tell you that. So it's fun, trying to connect and let people know who you are. And, we have time, oftentimes. I spend most of my time thinking about things to how to relate to audiences, and they appreciate that, the men do and the women. They sure do. So it's just fun.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, as I said, we're going to be hearing the new single Kiss and Tell here in a moment. But before we do that, though, I want to talk about Let's Go. And the reason why I want to spend a little bit of time talking about that is because I noticed, there were several videos that I saw, especially on Facebook, where people were out there really having fun with that song, dancing, and really enjoying that. The Internet has definitely helped us in a lot of ways, Columbus, as I'm going to let our audience know, of course, how they can buy the music online, but they can also go back and check out some of those videos. What is that like for you to reflect on those experiences and those memories that you've been able to create in music that have now been recorded on video?
It's just amazing. I just never knew. And with Let's Go, a good friend of mine, she went to high school actually with my younger brother. She does a health class, and the song just had such a catchy beat. I asked her, I said, you think could you do a line dance to this? And she did it. And we recorded it, and so I started moving around with it and sharing it. And as I moved around with the song, people just started to ask more about it. So I got with a partner of mine, Vanessa Blunt, out of Jackson, Mississippi. She had a big line dance community, and we did a video with them in Jackson, in Dreams in Jackson. And from that video and her network of just all of her hardcore line dancers, which is a community that's amazing. It's an amazing community within itself. It just spread it. It spread it. So that line dance is actually done. You could probably find footage of that video. I know from Connecticut. I've seen it from high school way in Connecticut. I've never been to Connecticut. All the way to L.A. and a lot of places in between. L.A., Arizona, Texas, of course, several places in Texas, Louisiana, where you could actually find footage of people doing this song. Florida, Mississippi, it was Alabama, and I didn't tell these people that, they just picked it up. Up in Philadelphia. That was probably the biggest viewing we had, like a video with like 20,000 views up there about 3 years ago. So it's just amazing to see it grow, and I was like, wow. So yeah, that was one of my big experiences dealing with that song. Let's Go. Great dance song.
Yeah, exactly, and I definitely encourage our audience, if you have not seen those videos, make sure you all do go online. We're going to tell you how you can stay connected with Columbus, and he has them posted on his Facebook page. We'll remind you of that. That brings us to Kiss and Tell, and after we talk about Kiss and Tell, Columbus, we're going to then talk about what you're doing with the Black Velvet duo. But how did Kiss and Tell come about?
Kiss and Tell is I'm just in a fun space right now. Just in a fun space. I wanted everybody to take me so seriously. Learning how to actually grow myself as I get older and not be so serious. Even as a young person, I spent a lot of time with my grandmother, so my grandfather was a serious guy. So he was like my mentor. So I guess as I get older, I just don't want to be this old, something that just can't communicate and relate into what's going on, So I told myself, hey, you can't stop taking yourself so seriously, man. So working with a guy named Ronald Suggs out of Alabama, and I work with a lot of young producers, man. But he's really extremely talented. I call him Savant. He's a young genius out of Mobile, Alabama, and he's been working with me off and on for the last 6 years. I'm just trying to find about maybe the last 4.5 years. I'm sorry, and I just really fell into it. I wanted him to kind of find the music that would relate. I actually kind of let him do what he wants, as far as what kind of music would you like, because he's like 28, 30 years old, that you want to hear when you come to the club. And I'm just going to write some stories where, we're not so serious. We're having fun. Let's have some fun. Right. Everything is about fun right now, and me not taking myself so serious. So that's how that song came across, and it seems to really be catching on. It's only been out a few weeks. It's the 1st of January, and this is actually very encouraging to see that song move the way it is.
Yeah. Well, I think that's one of the great things. For those who have not had a chance to hear it, here is Kiss and Tell by recording artist Columbus Toy. We'll be right back with more of our conversation with Columbus right after this.
Call me early in the morning when you need a fix, or call me real late at night and I'll come and get it. Hey, pretty girl with the pretty face. I saw you from across the room, so can I get in your space? I needed a closer look up, them pretty eyes, the way you're moving, girl, you're working them fine. So I finished up my drink and I headed this way. Yeah, they call me Mr. Toy, but girl, I don't play. I see you chillin', so I get out your way. But if you wanna go further, I got something to say. See, girl, I won't kiss and tell. I won't kiss, I won't tell. To myself. Oh, anytime you need some loving, just pick up the phone and call me. 1, 2, 3. Said you ain't never ever had a one-night stand. Girl, you like the way it feels when you talk to me. Well, I can tell you're a lady. I can hear it when you conversate. So don't be shy, girl. Be free. You can do anything you want to me. 1, 2, 3, and I won't tell. I won't kiss and tell. Ooh, I can keep it to myself. So anytime you need some loving, just pick up the phone and call me. I can be your undercover lover, your side piece. I can be your big papa, your sugar daddy. You can call me early in the morning when you need a fix. Call me real late at night and I'll come and get it. I won't kiss and tell. Ooh, I can keep it to myself. So anytime you need some loving, just pick up the phone and call me. I won't kiss and tell. I can keep it to myself. So anytime you need some loving, just pick up the phone and call me. 1, 2, 3, go.
That again was Kiss and Tell by recording artist Columbus Toy. Make sure you all get that single for yourself through our friends at Amazon.com or, of course, through your favorite online retailer. There's also other great music you've been able to create, Columbus, with a good friend of yours as part of the Black Velvet Duo. Talk to us about that and what that experience has been like.
Yeah, I met Miss Lady Blues back in Alabama in 2000. It had to be now 2014, 2013. And she was moving around with a radio promoter by the name of Mike Austin. And when I met her, we immediately connected because her background was in the business of music. And, of course, I had been, doing music, up at that point of like 20-something years. So she understood the grind behind it. And she came from Southern Soul and Blues. So understanding the grind behind being an artist, we connected. Because we felt like, especially in the Southern Soul arena, that's missing. They're not understanding the work that goes into it. And it's just a certain high quality of presentation and marketing that needs to be had to have success. And we just kind of got together on that, and as the years have gone by. About 2 years ago, we came up with the concept of the Black Velvet Duo. One, to help us cut down on cost, which is an economic one because, you need money to move across and do marketing and everything. And actually to move in the market and promote yourself. And two, it was, and it's crazy, the first two really main points or reasons why we did it had nothing to do with the music. And the second part is just to have each other's back. to be able to have those conversations as we meet people, bring them to the melting pot, and hey, so now let's talk about, hey, do you know this person? Maybe we can come over and do this. Have you talked to this person? You need to sing your music over there. So it made us stronger as a unit. And then 3 was about the music. So because we really haven't even done any songs together yet, we just really, really a big support system for one another. And in the music business, it's kind of rare because most, it's just hard to. It's hard to say, but it's real. Most artists they tend to be, kind of jealous of one another, and especially in the Southern Soul arena because they don't understand how big the market is. So they often, block, instead of helping. But we haven't had that. We've been very supportive of one another. In fact, she started about 4.5 years ago, and she, her music is actually stretched beyond mine. As far as her listening and her audience is much greater than mine, and I applaud her for it because she's incredible. Her voice is very unique. I'm a music major, and I've been around a lot of incredible vocalists, but she just really is one that has that thing in her voice. So we know to have somebody that is encouraging you around you, and that doesn't want anything but to see you succeed, is a comfort zone for her. And for me to have somebody that's as encouraging and hope that I make it, and just hopes for the best and appreciates the talent, it's a comfort zone, for myself. So it's working. But so we have a package that we offer, the Black Velvet Duo package, that entertains the whole crowd. We entertain the women with me, and she entertains the men. It's Miss Lady Blues. So, but over the last maybe 9 months, it's really, really caught on. But it's because of the music. Her music is very, very strong. And my music, I just feel like it is too, especially in this arena. So it's really, really starting to work as we keep a focus on the music and actually start to get out here and move and let people know that, hey, we're real people. We appreciate you and want you to be a part of the movement. So it's been really, really good.
Yeah. Well, the movement is definitely moving on. Congratulations to the two of you, Columbus, for what you've been able to do. And that support system is so important. And I think for anyone in the creative community to be able to have that is so important, to have people there to support you, to have your back, to understand, what you're having to go through, I think means so much. So it's great that you're able to have that, and we definitely want that for our audience as they're looking at whatever they want to be able to do in life, to make sure that they find people who are there to encourage them and inspire them. But I also want to talk about this as we wrap up, Columbus. You've been able to, by your example, to be able to show, what has that been like for you to have other artists look to you for encouragement as well as for advice?
It's a big responsibility. And the more artists look at me and actually start to ask me questions, it comes in waves. When they see you more out in the public now, it's another wave of over the last 6 months maybe of artists coming back around, young artists asking me what to do. What should I do? What do you think? And I always start out, well, this is my opinion from my experience, but you're going to have to go through it. I feel like it's a big responsibility, and I want to be as real and as encouraging. The words you speak to people, especially to ones that are looking to you for advice, is very powerful. It can have a profound effect on them. That's why we should always only have those who are encouraging us around us, because those words, from those you look to for support can be very profound. They have a lasting effect on us personally and business-wise, So I think the biggest thing is the responsibility. It's a huge responsibility, and it drives me. Now I'm up 4 o'clock at 4 a.m. every morning, well, at least most mornings. But I'm up studying, trying to make myself better, see how I can help the Black Velvet Duo, help myself, help my family who has supported me, and and help those who may be looking to me. So it's easy, it's not hard anymore to get up at 4 in the morning to study and make sure all of my social media things are moving and I have everything updated and I'm connecting and growing, because I feel the responsibility and I accept it. Yeah.
Well, I know that your audience appreciates what you do. I know that other artists appreciate it as well, Columbus, and we definitely appreciate it here. Again, everyone, recording artist Columbus Toy has been our guest. Another great conversation with you, Columbus. We've been talking with him not only about his musical journey, but what it's been like for him to produce the type of music that he loves, that you all, his fans, are able to get as well. The new single, again, is called Kiss and Tell. You all can get it, again, as I mentioned, through our friends at Amazon.com or through your favorite online retailer, as well as all the other music that we mentioned by Columbus, songs like You're the Kind of Woman, Toy With You, Let's Go, Peeping Out My Window. All of those singles are available through our friends at Amazon and through your favorite online retailer. In Columbus, how can our audience stay connected with you, man?
Yeah, the best way you can do is Google Columbus Toy, and my artist e-card. The Facebook page is a big one. I also have you can put in Columbus Toy. You can do Twitter Columbus Toy, Instagram Columbus Toy. Everything is Columbus Toy straight out except for Facebook. It's Columbus.toy on Facebook, and my artist e-card, which I'm going to be really spreading out. It has good information on it and the latest music, and it's Mr. Columbus Toy. So yeah, like you said, you can get it on all the digital stores, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and just keep up with us. Keep up with me, man, and encourage me. Tell me what you think about the music, and keep me in your prayers as we move around.
All right, man. I know 2018 is going to be a great year for you. Great to speak with you again, man. And looking forward to our next conversation together.
Excellent. I really, really appreciate your support over the years. It's been a blessing to have someone of your status to just look at me and look in on me from time to time. And I was really excited about doing some more promotions with you. And, God bless you and your family. And you keep on keeping on, man. You're doing an extremely, extremely great job, man. Great things for the community and this whole world, man. So you just keep on yourself, too.
Well, I appreciate that, Columbus, for sure. I appreciate all that support, and definitely appreciate your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. If you all came in late, you missed part of the conversation with Columbus, don't worry. Thanks to our online friends, you all can catch the replay right after we go off the air. The link is already available through our social media sites, so head over to Facebook.com/CyrusWebb or go to Twitter.com/CyrusWebb. If you click on the link there, you can listen to the show completely for free and share with your friends from there, too. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. You all make it a great one.